Hey guys, my name is Brandon Scott. This is a first for me. I've never done a YouTube video, so just bear with me. Like I said, my name is Brandon. I live in Fredericksburg, Virginia, with my beautiful wife, Tanya. We have 4 kids, aged 14, 12, 8, and 5. We got 3 boys, 1 girl. The girl is number 3. She's a princess. My 14-year-old is now about an inch taller than me, which is ridiculous. So he's about 6 feet tall. We are currently the music ministers at Encounter Church of God here in Fredericksburg. And that in itself is just a miracle, because if you look at who we are on paper, neither one of us are qualified to do what we're doing. But who the Lord calls, He qualifies. And the Lord has done some miraculous things in our lives over the past 3 years. One of which was He supernaturally gave me the gift to play piano. I've never had any lessons. I prayed. He answered. He didn't answer right away, but He answered about 1.5 years later when He said the time is now for us to step into ministry. I can elaborate on that later, but long story short is that God shifted us into ministry in a miraculous way, and it's been an amazing ride. Well, like I said, we are the music ministers. We lead worship and do all that fun stuff at church. Just phenomenal church, phenomenal pastor that has taken time to pour into our lives and kind of have a Elijah, Elisha kind of relationship with me, which is something I've always prayed for. So, to tackle some of these questions, what does it mean to be a Christian leader? Christian leader is, we'll tie these two questions together. Christian leader is completely different than worldly leaders. Yes, they do have some of the same attributes, but the significant difference is going to be that a Christian leader is someone who is going to view the people that you are leading through the eyes of Christ. When I say that, I mean you have to look at them the way Christ looked at you and me, and be able to see potential, and not only see it, but try to draw it out. Part of my background is that I was in restaurant management for 11 years. I was a district manager with Waffle House down in South Georgia. I was a general manager for Chick-fil-A, which a lot of people love, for 3 years. And then I was part of a independent company called Zackadoos in Valdosta, Georgia, for the remaining part of my career before I moved to Virginia. Long story short, there were times in that where I said, Lord, why am I here? What is the purpose of me being in this? And I can look back now and see that there were times where I was in the dark room and God was just trying to develop me. And I'm really excited about this class because I feel like it's struck something within me that I know the Lord is trying to develop as well. Like I said, we are music ministers at the moment and in this season. I do not know how long that will last or how long it will be, because I know that eventually we will be in full-time pastoral ministry. That's the call that we know we have on our life. This is just a time that the Lord is using to pour into us and develop us even more. So that being said, when I was in restaurant management, being a Christian first and foremost, I tried to do this as well, take on some of these principles of, trying to look past what you see on the surface and look at where people are coming from, who they are really, what are their giftings, how can you best utilize them by putting them in the positions that they need to be developed in and giving them opportunity for growth. Those kinds of things. So that's that's kind of the difference in regular worldly leadership and Christian leadership, I would say, because there's a desire to not only grow someone fill a necessary spot, but to grow someone to be their full potential, and in some way impact them and draw them closer to Christ through your leadership and showing them how a Christian leader should be treating them and showing the love of Christ to them, all the while being effective in your own leadership. Let's see, passages that help inform me for understanding of leadership. Philippians 2:3-7 says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but rather in humility value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interest, but each of you to the interest of the others. In your relationships with one another, have the same mindset of Christ Jesus, who being in very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but rather he made himself nothing by taking on the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness." To me, that is the epitome of Christian leadership, where you are willing to, yes, take on the role of saying, yes, I will lead you, but also taking on the role of saying, I don't consider myself to be better than you. I will stand by you. I will get in the trenches with you, and we will dig out together, and I will help you learn how to do that. I think that's what Christ did for us. So why should it be any different for us? There will never be a time in our life where we should ever consider ourselves better than anyone else, leadership or any other way. I'm excited about this course. I'm excited about being able to learn more about Christian leadership, specifically how to develop and grow leaders within the church. I'm excited about it. I look forward to getting to correspond with each and every one of you at some point during the 7 weeks. Thank you for being patient with my video, and I pray that the Lord blesses and makes your semester very good. You all have a wonderful afternoon.